Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are diving into a huge shift happening in the world of sports. We're talking sponsorship and how the entire game has changed. It's no longer just about slapping a logo on a jersey, it's about building something way more powerful. So let's get into it. What went wrong with the old playbook, and what does the new one look like?
For decades, the goal of sponsorship was pretty simple, right? Get your brand in front of as many eyeballs as you possibly can. That strategy kind of begs a pretty fundamental question. Just think about it for a second. Fans are savvy, they're passionate, and they are surrounded by brands, all fighting for a tiny slice of their attention. So is just being seen really the winning play anymore? Well, the experts are starting to say no, and they're saying it loud and clear. This quote from Sports Pro just hits the nail on the head. The old way of doing things, just buying visibility, isn't just a little outdated, it's a massive waste of money. It's a really expensive way to send a message that honestly probably won't even stick. Okay, so if the old goal is broken, what's the new one? Well, it's a huge pivot away from just being seen to being felt. It's all about earning a real place in the hearts and minds of the fans. And this brings us to that new goal, a concept that is quickly becoming the new gold standard for success, and it's called fan equity. So what does that actually mean? Well, fan-based brand equity is the value a brand creates, not by shouting at fans, but by building a genuine, authentic relationship with them. It's about becoming a real part of their community, their passion. It's a two-way street, not a billboard. This right here is the crucial mindset shift. The most successful brands today aren't just advertisers who interrupt the game. They're actual partners who make the whole experience better. They're adding real value to the fandom itself. Now, this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually do it? How do you build this fan equity? Well, luckily, researchers have developed a model that gives us a pretty clear roadmap. And here it is, the fan-based brand equity pyramid. You can see it's a framework that moves up, starting with the basic team identity at the bottom and climbing all the way to a true, resonant fan relationship at the very top. It's literally a step-by-step guide for building that authentic connection. So let's break down each level. Okay, so it all starts at the bottom with identity. Super simple, who is this team? Next, you build meaning, which is all about connecting the team's performance and its image to that core identity. From there, you aim to generate positive responses, getting fans to think and feel good things about the team. And then, at the very peak of the pyramid, the ultimate goal is the relationship, creating an intense, active loyalty. That's what we call resonance. And this table just brilliantly shows how different strategies map to that pyramid. So an investment strategy is all about building that second level, the team's meaning. A relational strategy is focused on creating those positive fan responses. And an animation strategy, which means actively engaging with fans, builds that top-level fan relationship. It shows how every single action has a clear purpose in climbing that pyramid. Of course, in the world of business, you can't just say something works. You have to prove it. So let's talk about how you actually measure this and what the return on investment looks like. Let's look at a fantastic real-world example here. When the job search engine Indeed sponsored the German football club Eintracht Frankfurt, they had a super clear goal: become a household name in Germany, where at the time they were still a relatively new player. And the results were, well, they were fascinating. When they measured brand awareness, they found a huge difference between the general public and the club's actual fans. How different? A full 30% higher among the fans. That's a huge lift. But wait, it gets even better than that. Awareness is one thing, but what about consideration? Getting people to actually think about using your service. Among the fan base, that number was a staggering 80% higher. That is the difference between people just knowing who you are and people actually trusting you enough to want to engage. And this just proves a really crucial point. We have to measure more than just eyeballs. Modern KPIs, key performance indicators, give us a much, much fuller picture. We're looking at things like audience engagement. Are fans actually liking and sharing content? We're tracking real business impact, like a measurable lift in sales. And we're analyzing long-term brand health. How do fans actually feel about the brand? It's basically a complete report card on the partnership's true impact. So this fundamental shift, right, from impressions to relationships, it's not just about what's happening now. It completely reshapes the future of fandom and what it even means to be a partner in the world of sports.
Really, it all boils down to this simple comparison. The old way treated fans like customers, using one-way ads to just get impressions. The new way, it treats them as partners, building real relationships through shared values and genuine engagement.
And when you successfully build that partnership, when a brand actually climbs that fan equity pyramid we just looked at, the consequences are incredibly clear and powerful. It leads directly to greater fan loyalty, which in turn drives commercial success across the board. We're talking merchandise, tickets, media rights. It's a true win-win. So the playbook has been totally rewritten. But, this evolution is far from over. As new tech like VR, AR, and interactive streaming keeps coming, the line between just watching and actually participating is getting blurrier by the day. Which leaves us with a final, fascinating question to think about. What's the next frontier in this evolution of the fan-brand relationship? That's the challenge and the opportunity for the years ahead.
Like, share, comment and follow us for more videos like this. Thanks in advance from all the team at Dynamic Sport Marketing.